Hello there guys, we're back on Forza Motorsport 7. We're going to do another epic 50 laps of, I'm not sure what, I don't know whether to go for something different. I think I'll go for Burnese Alps, but we're not going to be going in the Renault because it's too easy and we want to make it a little bit more difficult. So I was thinking about these open wheel things. I was also thinking about the birth of a Grand Prix, so the old cars that are quite difficult to drive. But I'm not sure, I might go for Formula 90s, like maybe Niki Lauda's Ferrari. Let's get into free play and we'll have a little bit of a look. I'll pop it on any car and then we'll decide. Right, so set up. And we don't want to do Prague, we did that last time, so we're going to go for Burnese Alps because it's nice, it's pretty. Oh, I like that one as well actually, but no, we're going to go with this. Laps 50. 23 drivatars, circuit race day. I'm going to put this on any and I'll come back in after I've decided what car. I'll tell you what, I'm going to leave it on Formula 90s and I am going to go with that Ferrari, the Niki Lauda one. Advanced rules. Right, one of the things I really wish this game let you do, which it doesn't, is change your grid ordering to last place. I think when they first introduced those mods, which I think was Forza Motorsport 6, one of the mods, which was one of the ones you could use over and over and over again, it didn't expire, was start at the back of the pack. And I always had that one on, so I like fighting my way to the front. Now quite often when I start anywhere other than the back, I'll sort of wait for everyone to go past. But in this, you can choose P1 or random, which is just annoying. I want it to allow me to choose last place. I think I've said all this before, probably. It is something that annoys me. I'm going to put it on random because I want to be at the back and I've got a better chance of being near the back if I'm on random. So we're going to turn all this shit off. Right, that's that done, I think. Accept. Car restrictions have changed. Oh yeah, we've changed over to Formula 90s, haven't we? So, hang on. Oh, it's Formula 70s I want, not Formula 90s. So I've got these two on Formula 90s. Right, I don't want that. I want Formula 70s. Yeah, we know. So yeah, Formula 70s. That's what we want. Accept. And we want this car. What other options have we got? Ooh. Hang on a minute. Let's have a think about this. I love the livery on that. I love the half the Union Jack. Right, what do we want? I like this McLaren as well. It's very, very nice. I think I am going to go with Niki Lauda's. I'll tell you what I like about that car, that Ferrari, is the metal bar that's in front of your steering wheel, and it's also got really, really good mirrors. The mirrors are quite high on that car, and they're quite big, and it's really clear to see what's behind you. So I think for those reasons, I am going to stick with Niki. Right. Yeah, it is a really nice car. It's got a nice livery. It's got very, very useful mirrors. I love that metal bar above the steering wheel. And it's pretty nice to drive as well. It's a P-class, so it's not extreme like the Renault that we had last time. So that's what we're going with. And assists, let's just make sure this is correct because Carol's been playing quite a bit lately. And that means everything's turned on to baby mode. No, we're all good. We're all good. And mods. I always have that I'm forgetting something feeling. It's always mods. Right, so rewinds off, clean racing, clean racing. If I get rid of that one and put this one on instead, it'll be 10% more. So stay on track for one lap will get us 2 lots of 70%, which is nice, and then no turning back, so 230% in total on our credits. I think we're good to go. Right, let's see what we can do then against unbeatable drivatars with Niki Lauda's Ferrari. Slightly more challenging than last time, but I reckon we'll still win. I am going to let them all go, and I'm not just going to overtake them all on the first corner, because obviously they don't queue up quite so badly on this track as they do on Prague, but I'm going to let them space out so that I have to overtake them like, you know, 1 or 2 or maybe 3 or 4 at a time, as opposed to just drive past 15 of them while they're queued in a line waiting to go round the first bend. Just having a little bit of coffee though, because I don't want to do any pausing. I like it to be a little bit more realistic than that. You can't pause in real life, can you? We'll load the track. I've been on this track for a little while. I keep going in Prague. I just like Prague so much, but this is really nice. I think particularly the stand and the curved glass roof looks really good. I like the snow. I'm a snowboarder, so I like being in mountains. I'll tell you what I forgot to do. I forgot to check the shop to buy any decent mods. You should always check the shop. Right then. It is quite early in the morning as well, so let's have a look at the time. Oh, 8:54. It feels a lot earlier, but 8:54. Let's go. So I'm not feeling alert. Might take me a bit to get into this, and of course this car is slightly less handling than what we've been on before. So we're gonna just move over here and let them all pass. Come on. Well, the last one's decided to queue up behind me like a fucking idiot. Go on, get in front. I'm making a huge gap for you. Get in front of me. Jesus. Right, there we go. 24th. Oh. And now we've got to fight our way to the front. See what I mean about that metal bar? It's nice, isn't it? And the windows. They're not windows, are they? They're mirrors. That's what they are. Windows into the past. Right, these mirrors, they're brilliant. Really, really clear view of what's going on behind you. I really like that. So this is oh shitty now. Oh bollocks. Okay, that's a bad start. So yeah, for that reason, I really like this car. I mean, it's a lovely car anyway. But yeah, I've been driving in that Renault, and this car, I've got to be a little bit more gentle, as we've just seen, because I've crashed into the wall already. But I'm going to continue. I don't mind. We've got plenty of time to catch them up. Good God. Right, first couple of laps will be messy while we get used to the vehicle, and I'll remember the track as well, because we've got driver line off. Right, I've driven around this track quite a lot. I shouldn't have any problems, I don't think. This is the bit, from here up until the banked left corner, you really don't have to slow down at all. You just have to be careful on these apexes. But they do slow down, so that's where this track is quite useful for driving against unbeatable drivatars, because they do slow down on that bit and you don't need to. But if you, there's a lot of places on this track where you can accidentally catch the wall, and if you do, it really slows you down. The wall is like a brake on this track. Like that corner we've just come round a bit ago, that's one if you come round there too quick, and the other one is just as you start going down the hill in a bit, the second left. If you catch the wall there, your car almost stops, and that's a fast bit of the track, this left here. It's hard to hit the apex here because it's just a little bit hidden. Right then, let's catch them up. I've only got the standard tune, I've not bothered looking at any tunes or anything, so we have the car as intended. I should really tune him, shouldn't I? Well, not me. I'd just really mess it up and then it'd be undrivable. But I should find somebody else that can tune them for me and download their tune. I should have a look, see if there's any K74s in here. I know that Daz and Aramayfor both play this, and also Sandisti. I've had a couple of tunes of yours. Not on this, but on that P-Class Dunlop thing. I've got your tune on that. It's quite nice as well. Getting where I was on the track for a minute there. Oh, we've caught up the back marker, there he is. So we can now start fighting our way through the pack. So hopefully get first place. This is a lot more fun driving this car than the Renault. it does slide about a little bit. It's not it is good handling, it's very good handling, but it's not perfect. So you do make mistakes and you have to correct them, and that's better. And sometimes the back end comes out a little bit, that feels good. So yeah, it's a lot nicer to drive than that Renault. But the Renault is a lot faster and a lot stickier. But we've caught up with them anyway. Now I've got to try and get past them without crashing. That's always a little bit difficult. I'm not very good at passing. We'll just join the back of this queue. Right, this left here, you can cut it quite a lot. You can cut across this corner here. I'm not going to, but you can, and you don't get penalised in any way for it. I mean, it becomes a dirty lap. And you can also go right out here and then get a real fast line on this corner. So there's good. Those two places are good passing points, and then this bit coming up, like I said before, they'll slow down, and I'll probably just crash into the back of them. They will brake very heavily, and I won't. And then we'll have a collision. Just like that. So I've got to pick my spots. So I don't want to crash into them, I don't want to wall ride, I just want to race like a real race. We'll go the inside then. There we go, that's one down. Right, 23 to go. Oh, I'm late on my brakes. Yeah, it's weird how these fantasy tracks, this one and Prague, they're just so nice. They've really thought about the corners, big sweeping lovely bends on both tracks. They're really pleasant, and they've got beautiful scenery on both of them. And I did say this when I was going around Prague, but it feels like you're wasting your time, you know, driving them, because you're not really learning a real world track. But they are so good to drive that both of these two are my go-to tracks if what I'm trying to do is just build up money in the game. Now, because Carol's been playing this game lately, I mean, not a lot, but she plays it a little bit, just drives around. She used to only drive around Daytona, like the simple version. I don't know what the track's called, the Indy track maybe, I imagine. But now she quite likes Dubai, the new one in the desert. So she's starting to actually do a little bit more driving with various corners rather than just turning left 4 times and then going over the start line again. But for that reason, I want to kind of build up my cars on here. So there's a greater selection of cars to drive. So I'm going to be playing on this quite a lot. And to do that, doing 50 laps around here and 50 laps around Prague, that's my go-to. And then the next one is Rio, and that's also a fantasy track. But it just looks nice. But Rio isn't as nice as this, and this is not as nice as Prague. This guy's going to cut me up here if I'm not careful. I don't want to crash into him, so I'm going to let him go. But yeah, the drivatars really do use up all the track. You think you've got room to get past them, and then they come across the track and close you up, and you end up crashing. So you've got to give them their space. I do like using tarmac. Get on the inside. Just, oh yes. We want a nice clean race. Well, we've got our stay on the track bonus. So that's good. So we can start cutting corners. I don't want to go too crazy on the cutting corners, but we're not going to be respecting the track as much as the drivatars are respecting it, that's for sure. What lap are we on? We're on 5 of 50, so 10%. And we're on 21 of 24, so we're doing alright. Ooh, don't slow down too much. Oh, God. Quick checking those big, beautiful rear view mirrors, and we are fine. They're really good, really good view of the track behind you in this car. There's That is one of the main reasons I really like this car. And I really hate how on F1 2019 you can't even fucking see your mirrors. They're off the side of the bloody TV. That's so dumb. I can't believe they did that. It's just stupid. They should have just adjusted things. I mean, I've adjusted it myself on the advanced camera settings, but it's just stupid not being able to see the mirrors. Nice bit of feathering on the brakes. I can get on the inside of this dude around here. No. Whoops. I'd really quite like to do this in those birth of Grand Prix cars. You know, there's an old Mercedes, there's an Auto Union, there's a couple of Alphas. Although one of the Alphas is an E-Class, so we're not going to be entertaining that one. Most of them are A-Class, but they're really bad handling. But yeah, I wouldn't mind having a crack at this in that, and having the track full of those old beautiful cars. But I think that's going to be really difficult. So I reckon the step towards that, which I should probably do first, is the open wheel. I was having a little look at them. I was planning on doing open wheel for this video, but I decided to do this instead. But yeah, the open wheel are, I mean, they're not brilliant handling. They're quite old, and it would be a step from this towards those really old cars that are a bloody nightmare. We're taking quite a long time to get past this dude, aren't we? We're going to have to make our move soon. I am, as you can probably tell, I am in automatic gears, but when I'm talking to you guys and making a video, I'm useless on my gears. I just don't think about them enough. So I am going to be sticking with my manual. I might switch over, sticking with my automatic. I always say that wrong. I might switch back over to manual later, we'll see. I don't think you really need to brake on that corner or this one if you get a good line. Well, I don't think you need to lift off, let alone braking. I reckon you could probably take both of those at full speed. A little bit of congestion coming up, got to be careful. I'm going to go the outside. I'm going to use this bank to come around the outside of them. They might come out towards the wall though, so we don't want to get stuck. There we go, that's good. Got that McLaren behind us. It's a really nice car, that is. Itchy nose. Oh, I'm sliding. Don't hit that wall. Yeah, if you catch that fence, it really slows your car down. If you don't manage to get off the fence, you actually stop. Which I do really like, because if that wasn't the case, then that would be a place where you could sort of just wall ride and you know, just hit it at full speed and allow the fence to kind of push you down the hill. And I don't want to do that, and I don't want the temptation to do it either. So I'm quite glad that fence does slow you down. That's good. They really should do that in Forza Horizon as well. When you hit the wall, it should really slow down your car. Although, to be honest, it's probably because I quite often drive open wheel cars and my wheel is touching the wall. Whereas if you're driving a normal car and it's just part of your bodywork, you know, that's touching the wall, it's not slowing your wheels down so much, is it? So it might be to do with that. If your wheels are touching something, they're going to be turning slower, aren't they? There's friction. So it might be that. But anyway, I like it. I like that it slows you down. This one here as well is one that I've caught a few times in the past and it slowed me down. I really struggle with this corner. I don't respect how big the corner is. It's a real, I mean, it sweeps all the way back on itself, and I try and straighten up a little bit too early, and then I realise I've straightened up too early, and I have to bloody brake again, and then I'm too late putting the gas back on. So I need to learn the corner a little bit better. Could have got on the inside there if I hadn't slowed down. Oh, we got the outside, that's good. Oh, I've got the hang of this car now. It's definitely, you know, like a little bit more difficult to drive than that Renault for sure. But it's a lot more fun to drive. But once you've got the hang of it, it is really quite grippy. It's oh shit. It's I reckon I could drop down to something that isn't quite as easy as this. I've got to watch that car on my right hand side. I reckon I could drop down to something that's not as easy as this and still be okay against the unbeatables. But things like that there, I mean, I know I'm losing time when I'm sliding around like I just was on that little section of the track, but it really feels nice. Brake early here. I don't want this guy to crash into me. I'll bide my time. I've got loads of time. I don't really need to take many chances. I've got plenty of time to be passing people in safe places. But if you do crash and you have to reverse out of the wall, obviously that's like a significant amount of time that you lose. He's going to come over, so I'm going to move this side. That little flick there was, oh, you little bugger. The drivatars are very defensive. I mean, I really don't mind when you're fighting your way through the pack and they're protecting their line. That's all right. But when you've already gone through the pack and it's you're lapping people and they do it then, it's annoying. It's like, do we not have blue flags? Can you just move aside and let the fast people through? So yeah, it's a little bit annoying that they are very aggressive on their defence even when you're lapping them. I think it was a bad decision going on the inside. It's not a fast line. Let's get some clean air and see what we can do on this first corner. Ah, you little bastard. Right, this is a battle. I'm going to get you on this corner. Ah, Jesus, come on. I'm going the inside. I can pull it out. I haven't. My car's sliding. Come on. Oh, you bugger. We'll get him. Is this an entire lap now? I've been trying to get past this dude. Going around the outside, there we go. Oh, he's got back in front. We've got to be careful here now. Okay, we've got him. Right, let's repeat that process to get past this dude. Alright, that was a bit more sensible. Oh, I've messed it up. And he's going to hit me, he's going to hit me. No, we're good. Where the bloody hell is he? He must be directly behind me. There he is. I'll get around the inside of you on this bend. Right, you're not going to let me through, are you? I can squeeze up the inside here while he's in this queue. Oh, bollocks. A little bit of sliding around there. We've got greasy curbs. I actually forgot how good this track is. It is really good. It's such a pleasure to drive. This game is really good, and I don't play it as much as I should do. I do tend to play Forza Horizon a lot more than this. I never really got into Forza Horizon at all until number 3. I bought Blizzard Mountain, but I've never ever played it. But I've got it. But yeah, I've never been a Forza Horizon fan. I did play number 3 quite a lot, but I seem to always have to go over the same bit of track, and it was a bit of track that I didn't really like, and it kind of put me off the game a little bit. But Forza Horizon 4 I think is a spectacular game by comparison to anything that came before it. But I've always been a Forza Motorsport fan. It's Forza Motorsport 2. Did I say this on the last video? I'm not sure if I did or not. But when they had the damage on the cars, it just looked amazing. And yeah, it was real improvement on anything we'd seen before. I mean, before that I was on a PlayStation 1 playing Gran Turismo, and the cars are just in pristine condition the entire time. It's not that realistic, but the replays looked amazing. Bollocks. But yeah, Forza Motorsport 2 was, I think, a significant step forward in driving games, but from number 5 up to this one, there's not really been much of a change really. They've just been fannying about with the menus, like the mod system and all that kind of stuff. But I don't think you really see a massive difference between 5 and 7. I really don't. I mean, there's much in it. But I do like these fantasy tracks. This one and Prague, they're so nice. Don't you dare push me into that one. Go on, you go. I'm not crashing into. I did hit the wall anyway, but it would have been a lot worse if I didn't let him go. Very bad there on the brakes. I'm very aware that my coffee's going cold, but I don't want to pause and drink it. I wonder if I can drink it one-handed while I'm on an easy part of the track. Do you reckon that'll cause me to crash or spill coffee on myself? It's not going to burn me because it's already probably gone a bit too cold, but I do want some. I should get a big straw. I should have one of those hats that people wear at baseball games, where you got a drink on top of your head and a couple of straws. Ooh. Well, we did manage to sneak ahead of someone there, and we got another one here if we can keep it. Yeah, that's good. Got to give him a bit of room though, just in case he decides to push. I've got to keep this wide. I don't want this dude coming up and hitting me. There we go. Right, we're mid-pack, one more to go to be in the middle, and we got way more than half of the laps left, so we're doing good. We fought our way through the pack, and they were nicely spread out. We didn't whiz in front of a load of them at once. We have had to. I've got to not hit that fence. We have had to battle our way past every single car, so that's much more satisfying than just you know, flying past the entire lot while they all queue up to go round the corner in true AI fashion. Yeah, we've got you. Nope, we haven't. But I will get him on this corner as long as he doesn't close me up. Give me space. That's good. Right, we are mid-pack. We're doing good. We haven't made many mistakes, apart from on the first lap where we had that little crash. I'm now all the way across. I mean, you can go all the way out here and then swing yourself into this corner to get like a fast line. So the track is quite forgiving on what it permits you to do. But it's all about this bit really. This is where you catch people up. They always slow down on that section. You definitely don't have to. You take all of that with your foot flat to the floor. As long as you're in a relatively decent car. Well, I'm just going to brake early here and keep this very tight to the curb. Well, he said whilst driving in the middle of the road and going all over the place. Give that dude next to me plenty of room. There we go. Right, 11. Top 10 just ahead. Nice little bunch here together. I'm intentionally going very wide because I know this dude's next to me. Oh, bollocks. And I don't want him to cause me to crash. I think I'm going to do a longer marathon of some track, maybe 100 laps. You can go up to 1,000. I wonder if anybody has done 1,000 laps. I wouldn't mind doing it. I might do it in something. That'd take quite a while, wouldn't it? 1,000 laps. Don't know what track I'd do. I'd probably do a track that I really don't know at all, that I'm really shit on, but a real life track, because by the time I've done 1,000 laps, I'm going to know the track off by heart, aren't I? So it'd be a nice learning experience. And then, while I'm learning the track on the first, 20 or so, everybody will be miles ahead of me, obviously, and then I can do the rest of the 980 laps. Jesus, that sounds a lot. Catching them all up. To do a live stream of a 1,000 lap race. I think I'll have to get myself a colostomy bag. I really don't like pausing during race, so I would quite like to do it without pausing, but I'm not so sure that would be possible. Although you can have pit stops, can't you? While they're fixing my car, I could run to the toilet. Oh, bollocks! Oh no. Doors banging. I don't know whether Carol's about to pop in or not. She's in a meeting, so I doubt it. Well, I can't hear her talking, but I have got headphones on, so I wouldn't be able to hear her anyway. He's on the inside. Oh, he's not. I expected him to drift out a little bit more than he did. back early, let him pass a bit, give him plenty of room while I slide around on the curb. Ooh, nearly hit him anyway. Okay, and now we'll start to close them down. I need to learn this corner better. I reckon you can definitely take it at full speed. Don't risk that. It's going to close up the gaps. Yeah, they slide all over the place, don't they? I mean, once you've learnt kind of like the route that they tend to prefer, you can pick your pass points. Like this inside bit here, if you're close to someone, you can always pass them there. And they do tend to drift across the tarmac. I mean, I did say that they're defending their line, but they're probably not. They're probably just always doing the same sort of line that they always do. And as long as you know what they're going to do, you can anticipate them coming across the track and position yourself so that you can overtake much more easily and also avoid collisions. That's the important bit. I wasn't expecting him to do that, but certainly taking advantage of it. We nearly lost it there. Okay, one more car to go and we'll be in the top 10. The room. Oh, he did hit me, but we got away with it. That was a little bit of a risk there. Bit of a gamble, but we did get away with it. We touched wheels, we bumped rubber, but we are alright. Oh, you little bugger. I've probably caused him to crash. Oh no, he's right here. I was looking for him in my rear view and he was actually right next to me. Right, we'll go wide then. I think he's just hit the fence. Oh, bollocks. Well, at least we didn't have to reverse out the wall. We just managed to slow down enough so we just grazed it a little bit and carried on going. And we only lost a second. That's not too bad. We 1 second down and we had a couple of potential disasters there. We bumped into another car, we bumped into a wall, but we got away with it both times. Whereas either one of those could have caused us to be in a situation where we needed to be going into reverse. So we got away with that quite nicely. But we definitely don't want to be taking risks like that if we want to come first. For those 2 flags. I had to brake. That's a really tricky corner. It's kind of a hidden apex, and then as you do start to come down the hill, you naturally drift really close to that fence, and if you catch it, as I said before, it really slows you down. It actually stops you if you can't get your car off it, and you do tend to stick to it a little bit. So I don't want to risk coming around there too quickly, but I definitely think that you can get around there without lifting off at all if you get the right line. I'm struggling to get the right line, and now I'm all over the place. This lap's getting quite messy. We're on 20 or 50. Fortunately, they're all just ahead of us. There's no one that's gone off by themselves miles ahead. I don't think anyway. I think they're all just ahead of us, aren't they? It looks like it. Yeah, there are 7 cars there, I think. 3 in the first group, and then another 4 up ahead. I think, anyway, that's what it looks like. That's better. Ooh. I knew he was there. I was trying to give him plenty of room, but he managed to get by me anyway. I mean, I wanted to give him room so he wouldn't hit me, but no, we're good now. We're through. Oh, you bastard. We didn't want that to happen. Oh no! Oh shit! Oh my god. That is the worst thing that could have happened. Yeah, hurry up. My car's not broken, just let me go. Oh my god. Wow. That is the worst possible thing that could. I didn't anticipate that at all. Oh my word. Right, okay. Right, we last again. By a fucking long way. Holy shit. Right, I wonder if anything like that has ever happened in real life. I'm gonna guess definitely not. Oh, that's unbelievable. Oh, what have they done to my car? They put cold wheels on it. Oh, Jesus Christ. Let's warm up these wheels. Oh man, even if we don't win now, this is still going to be quite an enjoyable video to have made, and quite an amusing one to watch after that little episode. My car's really slidey all of a sudden. I think they have changed my wheels to cold ones. Oh god. Right, we've got to do some work now, we really have. We've got quite a lot of laps left, fortunately, but as we are now miles behind. If I manage to catch up and beat the unbeatable drivatars after doing a bloody pit stop, then it is very evident that the drivatars on this game are not difficult enough, because I'm not really a good driver. I'm not driving well. I am really messing up quite a few of the corners, and I could certainly do them a lot faster. And I mean, people that are better than me could get much faster lap times than I can get. So yeah, let's see what happens. I don't think I'm going to win. My goal now is to not come last. Right, has that ever happened to you? That's never happened to me before. I've crashed and it's caused me to accidentally do an unnecessary pit stop. That's never happened before. Oh, come on, I'm going really slow. I might start swinging myself out on this corner a little bit to get a bit of extra speed through here. Right, let's see where they are when I go over the bridge and they go under it, and we'll see by the next lap whether or not we are catching them up. We're all right. There's a lot of them just up ahead, so we'll be able to fly past these quite easily, I think, if we get a good passing spot. Pass a few of them in one go. Need to do some focus. Oh, I'll tell you what, whilst I was in the pits, I could drink my coffee. Oh, that's not a bad idea actually, is it? Go into the pits in order to be able to drink your coffee on a long race where you don't want to press pause. And I didn't, I just sat here holding the steering wheel looking at the screen in disbelief. Yeah, I was complaining about not being able to drink, and I missed my opportunity. I'm not doing it again. Definitely not. We've got to really push now. Oh, I lifted off a little bit there. Right, we can see them. That's a good sign. We're starting to catch up with them. I wonder how much I lost there. I didn't really pay attention to what my lap time were with the addition of a pit stop compared to my normal lap times, but I probably lost about 25 or 30 seconds maybe. I'm not sure. They didn't seem to be going very fast, did they, at doing nothing at all to my car because it was in perfect condition. I really didn't need new wheels, that's for sure, new tyres. Did they clean my windscreen? I assume they did. It's not super clean now, but I assume that they scraped off a few dead flies. I am tempted to go really wide here, but I'm not going to. I'm going to respect the track a little bit and just fight my way back up. We're halfway through. We're at the back of the pack. That's not really good, is it? Don't want any collisions. Move over. I'm coming on the inside. You move over, kid. Oh, bollocks. Don't bump into me anywhere near this pit lane. That's unbelievable. On the inside here. I'm sure that bit of snow would have affected my car more than it did. But, I just drove straight through it like it weren't there. That's what I can take you on the inside of this corner. Come on, faster. Okay, the inside of this corner. Oh, you bugger, don't do that. Right, I can't have a fight with every single one. I'll never get back to the front. I need to pass quite a few of them in one go without any slowing down. There's a bad corner. I'm still in disbelief that I was unfortunately forced to do an unscheduled pit stop. Okay, right. Don't go on the left. Okay, that's 2 down. And keep tight in on here. Come on. Stay there, mate. Stay there. Oh, there we go. Chipping away. We will get back to our rightful position. Probably a bit more careful about taking people there, haven't I? It's a little bit careless, a bit risky, unnecessary, and very dangerous. If they hit me and I hit the wall, it's game over. Stay there. Oh, you little bastard. Oh, we're okay. I expected him to go much wider than he did, but we got past him anyway. I mean, getting past them's one thing, but you want to get past them clean, don't you? Because it's not so much passing people that's important, it's reducing the time between first place and me, and passing people that crashing a little bit, that's not good. That slows down our overall lap time. Even though we get a better position, we're actually worse off. So we want to pass them carefully, without having to slow down. Stay there, guys. All of you stay over there. That's not going to work. There's like pirouetting around each other, like ice skaters. Oh, Jesus Christ. This is dangerous. Oh, I chickened out of it. It was a very bad line, very silly decision to try and take him on the inside of that. And now he's quite far ahead of us, and we lost 5 seconds on that lap. I would have been better off just driving, staying with him and picking my spot. I swear this track changes. I don't know if it does or not, but it just seems that sometimes there's less snow on here than on other times. It's like some of the mountains in the distance without snow on them. I'm sure they normally have snow on them. Get off. I've got to stop doing that. It's not working. Put across here. Alright, another one down. We're in the top 20. If we can overtake one person per lap, minimum, we should be alright. I'm going to go around the outside this time. That was better. Managed to maintain my speed and my line and also take a position. That was much better. Right, this is good, this is really good. We're fighting our way back up the pack. It's going to be a long way to first place, but we're getting past these stragglers and that's good news. I am taking him on the inside, he's going really slow because he had to wait for this dude, so I think we're perfectly safe. Oh, he got me again. Right, I was fast in, slow out, he was slow in, fast out, and he takes the lead. Right, there's a lesson there, guys. Slow in, fast out. Let's go around the outside of him. Don't lose control here. That's the worst place. Damn. We'll definitely have him on this corner though, won't we? There we go. That's another one down. It's a good job I didn't have 30 laps, isn't it? That would have been a disaster. I'm going to need all 50 of these, I think, if we're going to get back to the front. Although I definitely think it's doable. It's just not going to be a gimme. But that mistake going into the pits has made this a much more interesting race, much more enjoyable for me. Greater challenge, a bigger, well, not bigger reward, but a bigger sense of satisfaction. The emotional reward will be much greater, but the credits and the XP is going to be pretty much the same. Unless I get points for passing, and they don't take them back off me for them passing me back. Yeah, that'd be good. An extra 5,000 credits for every overtake, but not penalised for them coming back in front again. if that happens, it's alright. Well, it sounds like there's some angry dogs outside. Which way are you going to go, dude? Where's my window? Okay, I'll take this side. Thank you very much. Oops. Oh, shit. Get on those brakes. We've seen many times that this here is a very good oh, shit. I thought I was going to hit the wall then. So, I was going to say that's a good passing point there, just going a little bit wide on that corner, but then I panicked because it looked like the wall was getting a bit too close. So I slammed my anchors down far too aggressively. But we're back with him again. be in the top 10 again soon. And I reckon we've probably just got enough laps left to be able to recover this. Don't hit me. Oh, that was close. Such bleeders, they really are. I've got headphones on, but I am aware that there's a man outside shouting on a megaphone. So I apologise about that. I assume you lot can hear it, but I've got no idea what he's shouting. He's just going to be selling something. Shit. Okay, that was even when I was going for that overtake, I was thinking this is stupid, I shouldn't be doing this, and it was stupid. I did hit him, I've got past him, but I've obviously lost a bit of time for that, and first place didn't slow down, did they? So that was a bit stupid really. I should have just you know, bided my time and not lost valuable seconds. Yeah, we're down 3 seconds, 3.4 seconds almost. That's not good. I've got a feeling this guy is not like the 7th position. I've got a feeling he's someone at the back, and people have started to lap him. But we'll see when we go past him. I don't know why I've got that feeling. I'm probably completely wrong. Just feels like it. Feels like he's actually 24th. I hope he's not. I hope he is 7th position. Oh, we nearly lost it there. He was. Look at that. And now some dude's overtaken me. Hang on. No, he wasn't, was he? I was 8th, he was 7th. No, he is then. So this isn't some new dude. When I looked up, it must have already changed, and I'd forgotten that I'm looking for an 8 changing to a 7, not a 7 changing to a 6. Oh, come on, dude. We've got 15 laps left. Stay on your wide line. I'm taking the inside. There we go. Thank you very much. Very accommodating of you. I was looking at the mini-map there to see where the dots were, and I missed my corner. Just saw someone going around the corner. We're catching them up. How many cars do you think there are in this little line up ahead? Do you reckon first place is in amongst those? If they are, we've done spectacularly well to recover that pit stop. That's just unfucking believable, isn't it? I've never ever had anything like that happen before, nor have I ever seen it happen to anybody else. That's just shocking. Let me know if you ever seen anything like that before. Accidentally being forced into a pit stop. Unbelievable. I've mentioned it a couple of times, and I've said, oh, don't push me into the pits. So there we go, I've made it happen. What has happened is one of Carol's friends was going around Prague, and she went into the pit lane. She was only doing one lap, but she went into the pit lane at the end, so she ended up crossing the line whilst in the pits. But I mean, she was just banging from wall to wall all the way around the track. It took about 10 minutes to get around Prague. So that's not exactly the same, is it? Just someone who's completely useless and got no clue what they're doing. I was thinking, this person drives a car in real life, and this steering wheel is emulating that experience, and she's doing it so badly. I'm never getting in a car with her ever again. So yeah, I keep saying it. Every time someone has a go on this, and they're not really a gamer, I always say to them, look, just drive it like a real car, and you'll be good. And then they ignore the brake pedal, they slam down the accelerator, and I'm like, do you do this in your car? Because if you do, you're going to crash. Like you are crashing now on the game. You just got to drive it like a real car. But they don't seem to be able to understand that for some bizarre reason. I'm not sure why. It's just quite a simple instruction, isn't it? Can you drive? Yeah, okay, well do what you normally do in your car in this. I knew that weren't enough. I was getting a bit nervous. Right, so we've got 3 of them just here, and then we've got that. There's 1, there's 2. Looking at the mini map, they're not that far ahead. I think there's a bit of a gap until we'll get to first place, but we've got a few of them here anyway, so we'll chip our way through these, and we've got 13 laps, so hopefully we'll make it. Get away. I'll let you go. I'm not risking any more crashes. Ah, bollocks. Well, the wall helped me out a little bit there. I was starting to lose control. It just pushed me back straight. Unfortunately, it didn't slow me down too much as well. Ah, you bastard. Give me some track. There we go. No, it's coming back over. Go on then, it's yours. Right. We're 5th. We've got enough time left, and then we can see 4 cars. That's brilliant. On the mini-map we can see 4 dots ahead of us for sure. They are catchable. Lost my line. We're 4th. What a comeback. Right, that is absolute, irrefutable proof that unbeatable drivatars are not good enough. I mean, normally, if I'm in that Renault, I'm always saying it's the car, but this car is not, like, insanely, you know, amazing handling and speed. It's like, and we didn't choose any either. We actually put everybody in the same class. We are on unbeatable drivatars, and it looks like we are going to come first after doing a pit stop. That's just incredible, isn't it? It's disappointing, really, because the game is not that challenging. But I suppose I could turn off some assists, make the car more difficult to drive. But yeah, it's a real shame, especially for drivers that are really good, that this is the best they can throw at you when you put the game on the top settings of drivatar without making your car itself more difficult to drive. You cannot make the competition better. Then, so two cars somewhere ahead, not that far ahead I don't think. We have seen them on the mini-map for sure, and it's quite good that we're not lapping people, so we've not got to fight our way through traffic to be able to get to the front. We've just got to catch up with these two dudes and slip past them without any friction, without taking any risks. And then we have secured ourselves a shitload of credits, a bunch of free cars, and a great deal of satisfaction. I'm so glad that I accidentally did that pit stop. Now that it looks like I am gonna manage to still win, that's made the race a lot better. Whoa, that was close. Right, see where they are when we go over the bridge. Oh, they've already gone. This is the point here where we cross the road. At this point, oh, there we go. Look, this dude here. So we're crossing the bridge as he's going under it. That's first place there. So next time we come round, we'll have a look and see whether we've managed to close the gap. I'm guessing that by mini-map scale, we're going to be about 1 centimetre up on him, on that mini-map line, when we come around there next time. And we've got enough, we've got 9 laps left, we've got enough to be able to close that gap and take the crown. Just got to make sure we cannot afford any more mistakes, especially one where we accidentally do a pit stop. That's just a one time per race. That's your maximum. That's your maximum permitted accidental pit stops if you still want to win, is 1. I can't believe I didn't drink my coffee. We're a little bit wide here. Right then, keep your eye. Let's see if we've made a centimetre of mini-map scale when we go over that bridge and he goes under it. Oh, where is he? Where is he? Has he gone already? Oh Christ, I'm looking at the mini-map. Look at that, we made loads. That's way more than a centimetre. So yeah, we are definitely closing the gap significantly, but oh come on, what the fuck am I doing? But it is going to be tight. It is going to be tight. I'll be gutted if I don't make it. We're making careless mistakes here, and we've got no obstacles or anything. It's like we should be getting our fastest laps at the moment while we close down on second place. Oh yeah, they're really not that far ahead now. I think we're certainly going to get second. I think that's in the bag, but first place. That's not quite so confident about first place. I've got to make sure I'm not spending too much time looking at the mini-map as we come around these bends. So we want at least a couple of centimetres on him here. Oh, look at that. Look at that. That's half the distance we need to make up just in one lap. I wonder if he had a little bit of a knock or something. He had some problems. I wonder if he accidentally did a pit stop. It happens. Happens to the best of us. I'd love to know if that's happened to anyone else. Has that ever happened to you? Or have you ever seen it before on like watching someone else on a YouTube video or something? Unbelievable, isn't it? The chances. I wonder what the chances are. They've got to be small. Very small. I mean, I've accidentally driven into the pits before. Not on this. But, you know, I think it was on Catalonia. I turned in too sharp on that last thing, but I've never been forced into them like that. But that was a long time ago on God knows what game, probably Gran Turismo or something. We're consistently slow on the laps, but we are closing them down, so we're certainly doing much faster laps than they are. I reckon we're making up probably about 2.5 seconds per lap on these dudes, judging by their position on the mini-map when we come across this bridge. We're going to be able to see second place before we get to the end of this lap. Shit. Yeah, you can't hit that fence. You hit that fence and your car just grinds to a halt. What lap were we when we went in the pits? I have no idea. I had about 15 left, didn't I? Was I on like about between 30 and 35? I think I was. I think I had between 20 and 15 laps to go. Something like that. We didn't quite see him, but we will, when we get around this corner, we will be able to see second place. There he is. So the first place is only just round the bend, so hopefully we can close that gap on this lap. I'm hoping that I can take second on this lap. He's only there. And then it's just me and the current leader with 5 laps left to go. That is plenty of time, unless we have a mistake, so I'm not going to take any risks as we overtake this dude. I'm going to make sure I give him plenty of room and overtake him in a sensible place. So not on the inside of this corner, that's for sure. That was a mess. Just going a little bit, I'm losing my focus a little bit now. I think after a certain number of laps that happens, don't it? I've got to blink. Right, let's do some blinking, refresh my eyes. Well, we're not going to take him on this lap, but we'll get him on the next one. It's like I'm just losing a little bit of focus. My shoulders are beginning to stiffen up a bit. We're definitely going to take him on the next lap then. We're right at the beginning of it on this first bend. Oh, one to go. And we've got plenty of time. And we can see him as well, so that's all good news. We haven't lapped anyone, so that's a bit of a surprise on a 50 lapper. But obviously, if we hadn't have gone in the pits, then we probably would be lapping people. So let's just be nice and steady. Let's not take any unnecessary risks. I think 2 laps will be enough. We might get him on the next lap. We're going to close him down quite a lot on this section just here. I reckon we'll probably pass him around about here on the next lap. All being good. I'm concentrating. Shh. Oh, there he is, there he is. Come on. Right, we don't have to look at the mini-map anymore. Okay, maybe not this lap, maybe the next one. A little bit of cheating there. Cutting corner, going wide. He's so close. Well, I thought I'd get him around about here, but unfortunately not. But I think it's a dead cert on the next lap, isn't it? He's only there. Fastest lap, but it was a really dirty one, wasn't it? We cut that corner, we went really wide on that bit by the sea. I think it's the sea that's over the right hand side as you come round. But I can quite confidently say now we are going to win this race. And what a race. And look at that, we're on lap 48 of 50. So 2 to go. So we're gonna beat him on this lap, and then we're going to do a little lap of honour before the end. Oops, little touch on the wall there. Dudes, how you doing? Did you go in the pits by mistake? Yeah, I did as well. Bummer, innit? But we're still going to win. And unfortunately, I have to come first, and you have got to come second. So you need to slow down because I'm coming through right about now. So we was correct on the place, but we was wrong on the lap. Imagine if you knocked me into the pits. Go all the way back down to the last place. Oh, there we go. So 2 laps to go then, and we're at front. I didn't expect to be 2 laps of being in first position, but that's okay. Just wondering how far away the back marker is. We're not going to catch them, are we? We can't see anybody on the map, so we're not going to be seeing any of them, which is nice. I don't think it's right that you actually lap unbeatable drivatars. That doesn't feel right. There we go. A race that has been made much more enjoyable and much more entertaining by an unscheduled quick stop in the pits for some fresh, slippery cold wheels. Oh, tyres. I don't think they actually... Yeah, they do, don't they? They do change the entire wheel. That's much quicker than getting a tyre off and changing the tyre. So yeah, it is the entire wheel. Well, there they are. Look, they've all just gone over the start line. The stragglers. We're not going to catch them up before the end, but we will enjoy this very last lap just coming up. We'll do it with no errors. I really need to learn this corner, don't I? I don't think I've touched the curb once. That's a better line through there, isn't it? Took me 50 laps, but that's a much better line through there. Still messed up the first corner, but don't want to be doing that. What am I playing at? Paid no attention whatsoever. Looking at the time, crashing into the wall on the very last lap. You definitely don't want to do that. I mean, if that was a crash barrier there instead of just a fence, and it had caught my wheel and I needed to reverse, we wouldn't have won. We'd have lost it all. There we go. Right. Unbeatable drivatars are too slow. Let's collect all our juicy rewards. I love this bit. I love how many cars you get once you've done an epic race. I've got all cables wrapped around my feet. Right, our fastest lap was 1:35, a 1:39 for second place. There shouldn't be a gap of 4 seconds, should there? Almost exactly 4 seconds when you're against the best the game can throw at you. And it's not, I mean, I haven't even put a tune on that car. It's in its standard tune. So obviously it could be even faster and more grippy. It's not right, is it? So 1 hour 23 minutes and 19 seconds. And the fastest lap by quite some distance. Lovely. No, we don't want to go in Le Mans to do 1 lap in the rain at all. Oh, that's where I want to go. I can't believe I did a pit stop and still won. That's shocking. I mean, now I know that that's possible. That could be the way of letting them go, couldn't it? You could say, right, I'm gonna, you know, I'll start in pole position, but I will do a pit stop. And while I'm in the pits, obviously everyone will go past me. I'll be 24th, and that could be the way of starting the race. So I might do that in future, because it's really annoying having to just park at the side and let them past you. I mean, we did that as well. Doing that alone should be enough to guarantee that they win. But letting them all pass, having a couple of crashes, they didn't crash, and also doing a pit stop and still beating unbeatables, that's crazy. Right then, let's collect our just desserts. So about 1 million credits. Hopefully we'll get a lot of freebies. So there we go. That's our first freebie in the bag, a 911. Cheers. Probably will never drive it, but thanks. Oh, we've got to pay for this one. But we will. We can take them all. It's a nice car though as well, isn't it? And it's got a lot of driver score. Ah. Beautiful, a free Jag. I want some Formula 90s. Ooh, I'm happy with this. Look at that. That's very nice. Very nice indeed. Oh, and this is nice. Oh, this is the car that I was looking at. Right, I did want this. I was having a little look at this car, thinking that might be interesting. And an Aston Martin DBS coming up next for free. It's good, isn't it? Imagine if someone gave you an Aston Martin DBS for free. That'd be nice. Right, so we've made some progress. We've ranked up on our collection tier to number 21. There we go. What a race. I cannot believe that I did a completely unscheduled pit stop. I'd still won, and I let all of them go at the front. And it's kind of, I let them go, and then I didn't kind of like just overtake them all in one go, like they were queued at the first corner, because that happens quite often. We let them go, and then we overtook them one at a time, carefully. So that by itself is an achievement. And then also doing the pit stop and having a couple of crashes, we definitely shouldn't have won that. They really need to make these unbeatable, in air quotes, drivatars a lot faster than they are. But it's all down to the track, isn't it? It's that wiggly bit at the end that you can do at full speed, and they all slow down on every corner, and they don't need to. And that is why I'm 4 seconds a lap up on the next best when they're set to the highest they can be. It's insane. I love this car. Best mirrors of every car in the game. Really nice and big, nice and clear. Very easy to see what's going on behind you, and that's important. So yeah, very nice. You could drive this with no hood on whatsoever, and that's a nice experience. Right guys, leave some comments. Let me know your thoughts on the pit stop. Have you ever seen anything like that before, or has that ever happened to you? And I will see you in the next video. Take care, have an awesome day. Bye bye.